Good morning children. In the previous video we had discussed the structure of the plasmid which act as a vector, and we are today discussing the vectors from cloning genes in plants and animals. That means in addition to that plasmid DNA, some other vectors are also there which can be used to deliver the genes in various other eukaryotic cells of plants and animal and can transform them. Okay, so first vector which we are discussing here is a Agrobacterium tumefaciens, which is called as natural genetic engineer. Why do it is called as genetic engineer, natural genetic engineer? Because it has the ability to deliver a piece of DNA, that is its tDNA, into the normal cell, and then this normal cell transform into the tumor cell. Okay, that means it has the ability to transform its tDNA into the normal cell. So it can be used in the biotechnology. How it can be used? First of all, this T1 plasmid or tumor inducing plasmid, T1 means tumor inducing plasmid, DNA of Agrobacterium tumefaciens is first of all modified as cloning vector. That means its disease tumor causing character is removed and now it is no more pathogenic, but its ability to deliver the gene is being exploited, or it is of our interest, so that it is being used to deliver the gene in the plant cell. It is for the plant cell. Now for the animal cell, the retroviruses can act as a vector because they also have the ability to transfer their gene into the another cells, animal cells like, so that their pathogenic character is been disarmed. First of all, they have also been disarmed. That means their pathogenic character is been removed, and now their ability to transfer the gene into the other cell is being used in biotechnology, and they have been used to transfer the desirable genes into the animal cell. So that way these are the two vector in addition to this PBR322. These two are other vectors which can be used to deliver the gene in plant cell and animal cell. For because there are two separate questions for plant cell, which vector can be used, so it is a Agrobacterium tumefaciens, and for animal cell retroviruses can be used. Now we are here coming to the topic as it is written, competent host for transformation with the recombinant DNA. That means now we are having the vectors also, but just to introduce these vectors with the desired gene into the host cell, the host cell is also to be competent enough to receive that recombinant DNA. So we can even write the name of the topic like this, the transfer of recombinant DNA into the host cell. How recombinant DNA can be transferred into the host cell? What step we are discussing? Actually, I want to show you in recombinant DNA technology. Suppose this recombinant DNA is ready. Now it is to be introduced into the host cell. So this host cell is also to be made competent to receive the recombinant DNA. So now we are here coming to this step, that how it can be made competent. So it can be made competent because DNA is a hydrophilic molecule. It cannot pass through the plasma membrane, which is made up of lipid also. So that DNA is to be entered into the host cell. For that it is to be made competent. So it is to be treated with specific concentration of divalent cations such as calcium. This calcium will increase the efficiency with which the DNA will enter into the bacterial cell by increasing the pores in the cell wall. How do calcium will act? It will increase the pore size or pores in the cell wall. After that, this recombinant DNA will be forced into the cell, and now this cell will be kept in ice and then into 42 degrees centigrade temperature and then again back into the ice. This will enable the bacteria to take up the recombinant DNA. This is the one step, how one process or one method by which a cell can be made competent to receive recombinant DNA. Another method are micro injection and ballistic guns are there. Again here the aligned DNA, how can it can be introduced into the cell? It can be injected, that is called as micro injection. So recombinant DNA is directly injected into the nucleus of animal cell, and again the micro injection is the method for the animal cell. One method we have already discussed, retrovirus, and this is micro injection. Retrovirus is there which act as a vector, and this is the method by which recombinant DNA is entered, it can be entered into the animal cell, can be directly pushed into the animal cell. Now this ballistic gun method is there for the plant cell. So this ballistic gun is actually to be bombarded with the microparticles of gold or tungsten coated with the DNA. Okay, these particles are coated with the DNA which will be bombarded over this gun. And the last method is disarmed pathogen is also act as a vector which when allowed to infect the cell and transfer of recombinant DNA into the host. Disarmed vectors are also there by which the recombinant DNA vectors are there by which the recombinant DNA can be pushed inside the host cell. So micro injection is there in the plant. The cells are bombarded with the high velocity microparticles of the tungsten and gold coated with the DNA, and this is for the animal, and this is the third method. So that way method 1, method 2 and method 3 is there, but here you have seen the method 1 is this only, and this is the method 2 micro injection, ballistic gun method 3, and disarmed pathogen is method 4. So that way today we have discussed two topics, the vectors and how do recombinant DNA can be transformed, or how do the host cell can be made competent to receive the recombinant DNA, or how recombinant DNA can be transferred into the host cell. So again it is a very important topic, and thank you.